What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on our 1971 Chevelle. If you're new to the channel or you don't remember, this project is our 1971 twin turbo LSX powered Chevelle. It's also got a BMW 7-speed DCT transmission that's been giving us a lot of headaches trying to get the drivability right. A little bit more on that later, but in the background, we've been working a lot on getting the interior done. Our buddy Lee has came in and finalized all the parts for the custom interior, so let's show that footage.
All right, boys and girls, today's the day the Chevelle upholstery will officially be done. Lee brought over our door cards. We're gonna get those in. Our armrests that he redid. We have our door sills to finish up the carpet and these door handles. We gotta throw on our window scraper felts on the outside. That way he could get this door panel on and we don't have to mess around with the window anymore. Once he's done with this, we also gotta throw on our 3D printed seat covers for the seatbelt and our airbag that we deleted. Of course, we got to get our upper dash piece on, but I believe Andrew is kind of waiting on some electrical stuff just to be figured out, but hopefully we get that done and finally get our windshield and our rear glass in. And then, other than the transmission issue, this thing's a wrap.
As you can see, the interior is almost 100% complete, minus this dash cover. Still need some access to the wiring to complete all the tuning underneath the dash. If you remember last time we had this thing at the dyno or in a tuning session, we were having a lot of trouble stemming from the HTG transmission controller. We were having the trouble with getting the proper firmware installed in it and the support that we needed to get it all working properly. But we found a solution. We've got our friend from Poland at Apex Innovations to remote in and finally get the transmission communicating with the ECU. We're finally getting a handle on our transmission issues. We opted out of buying and replacing new parts. It just wasn't worth it. We knew there was somebody out there that could help us out, and it just took a little bit of patience. They're going to be remoting into the transmission control. Car's moving. Hold on a second. Had to stop there, put my foot on the brake. The car was starting to move. They were doing the adaptation process, basically learning the shift solenoid, making sure that they're working properly. So you can see the data logger is opening and we're measuring current and all the other data that's coming in from the transmission. Also the ECU. But getting somebody to make sure that everything's correct and get this thing finally on the road. It does the adaptation for each solenoid for each gear. 7-speed transmission, so that's 7 speeds to adapt. I think we're just getting past that point. I've been holding the brake for quite a while now and the car's been coming in and out of gear. And now we are working on getting the shift pattern right for our DCT style shifter. So making sure that it's receiving the proper message to correlate to the proper gear. And I say we very loosely because I'm just here shifting the damn thing. Smart guys over here in Poland. He's data logging everything that he's seeing from the transmission and the ECU. All right, another quick update. The adaptations process wasn't completed. We were missing some of the inputs from the GCU. It was something I always thought that I was missing out as far as an analog input because the transmission control unit needs to have a brake switch input. And I didn't have one hardwired analog to it and was hoping that we can stream the brake switch from the Hall Tech using the CAN bus, which in most cases is possible. And luckily, the gentleman who's helping us from Poland was able to do a CAN dump and read what the Hall Tech was putting out for a CAN bus signal and then program that into the HTG software. So now our brake switch is input is coming over CAN bus from the Haltech ECU instead of having something hardwired to the GCU. So with that in place now, we should be able to do the adaptation process properly and finalize the car and be able to get it to go into gear. Right now we're running the adaptation for the transmission, and oh, I gotta press the brake. So we can learn the how much pressure is needed to apply to each clutch for each gear. So right now we're running the engine and running the adaptation. Sorry, I'm trying to read some messages at the same time.
I'm annoying him. Anyways, I guess the guy said we need 10 meters, which is 32 feet, the car to roll forward without pressing the brake. So the problem is we can't go outside too far because we have no Wi-Fi out there, and Andrew's got to use a computer. So we're hoping this is enough. I think so. But this is a good day, guys. Y'all think y'all wanted to see this thing done? I can promise you, nobody in the world wanted this car done more than me and the owner. So, this is a good day here at Salvage the Savage. Come on.
You think you've got 32 feet, 33 feet?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's way
Should we go
more.
back? Just push me back further.
It's way more than 32 feet. I think. What? You did it again.
About to do it right there.
That got you an extra 10 feet. I mean, think about it. 10, 20, 30, yeah. So you can see the cha-ching sign. If you hit the cha-ching sign, you went too far. There you go. He's rolling. So you don't push the gas, he's making it do that?
Oh, I'm doing that. I'm keeping the RPM up so it doesn't stall once it engages. Because the throttle bodies aren't tuned for load. So as soon as it engages, you can potentially just draw the idle down and stall the engine. So I'm just keeping the idle up so we don't stall it as he's applying clutch pressure.
Oh, hell no.
All right, so I can't leave you with just a clip of us driving it a couple feet. So we'll take this thing out on its first test drive. We can't go too fast because we don't have a windshield, but we're definitely gonna show you this thing rolling out of the shop for the first time. Lap around the block. Just doing a quick test, rolling through the gears, making it all the way to sixth gear actually. Still engagement, you can see the clutch engagement is a little tough. And then the gear change is a little bit still too rough. There still needs to be a little bit of cut from the throttle, which isn't happening. So like as soon as it releases gear, it's free revving up when it shouldn't. It should control the idle so it doesn't just basically dump into each gear. But she's cruising. 6. That's 6. Still have one more gear to go, but I don't want to go too much faster. One thing that I'm noticing though brake here based on the speed. So as I'm stopping, the clutch disengages with the brake input, but then as I accelerate, it just accelerates into the gear that I was last in. So we were doing like 50 miles an hour and it was going like, I don't know, I went to seventh gear. So what I'm having to do is dropping in neutral after we stop. And also the tune isn't optimized for the transmission either. So certain loads, the engine is kind of surging when it's like on a heavy load, low RPM. So there's still a lot of fine tuning to do. All right, and we're back. As you can see, engine and transmission are working and functioning properly. Gears are shifting, but as you can see, there's still a lot left on the table as far as the drivability. We still have yet to get a final engine tune on it as well, but now with the transmission shifting and functioning, we can now get a final tune in it and get it on the dyno and produce some final power numbers. And once we finally get some numbers on it, we can get the glass installed, get the dash installed, and have a complete and running and driving vehicle for everybody to see. But we'll get all that stuff going as soon as we finalize everything with the drivetrain. So hopefully we'll have those dyno numbers and final output and a properly running car in the next episode. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.